This process of fear release is something that we do within the WSS on an ongoing basis. We support that. We help people process it out. We help them define it, how it operates within their systems. And woundedness and fear and trauma tend to all be part and parcel to the same process. In the WSS process, we've done our best in the past to proactively, preemptively give people tools, like in the book A World Without Fear, to release their fears so that they don't have the fears, so that once the fears don't and the traumas don't take up all their emotional bandwidth through a lot of imaginative projection, there's more bandwidth for conscious collaboration. If we want to facilitate the global transformation of humanity, and if the global process of humanity has been one of fear and imagined projected negative result in the future and unresolved, unhealed wounding and trauma, if that doesn't get worked out, then people are busy doing that rather than and trusting and having faith and hope and loving each other and working together in conscious collaboration effectively and efficiently to solve climate change. If people have been traumatized or wounded, does it always help them to look at them under a microscope or a magnifying glass and say, oh gosh, did you know you got that wound? Or did you know you're afraid of this? Because they might not want anyone to know they're afraid, because then they would feel vulnerable to being hurt or wounded again. So operating in rapport with their fear and their pain and their woundedness is optimal, so that you don't inadvertently trigger them into distrust, skepticism, projected negative or malintent, that you do operate in ongoing harmony and respect for them and their free will choice for, I want to heal my wounds and my fears in the timing and cadence that I choose, not that you tell me I should. Negative drama and fear and things like that tend to get more airtime within people's systems than the positive. So it makes it challenging to build trust, to build quality relationship, to build shared understandings that unconditional love is optimal and that it's going to be what's operated from interactively between people on a consistent basis, and that they're worth that, because a lot of people have been taught that they're not even worth being loved at all, especially not unconditionally. Sure, I could be loved if I meet some standard, if I become better, if I work really hard, if I'm a good person, if I meet these others people's expectations, then maybe someday I'll be lovable. And I don't know when that's going to happen, so I'm just going to keep working and working and working to make it happen. Or in the case of Russia, for example, if they feel less than, or if they feel they've been dissed or dismissed or dismantled, or they weren't allowed to succeed to achieve their greatness and wonder that they esteemed to in the past, and they have a social ego or collective or national egoic process running, or if their leaders have such a process running, then they want to prove through some means that they are what they want to appear to be. Social image, self-image goals, and management processes in place, as well as power dynamics, control, profit, safety, all of those things occurring simultaneously. And those dynamics of them trying to prove themselves via authoritarian means, or through violence, or through war, or through acquisition, or through attainment of more territory, all of those kinds of dynamics are not optimal. They don't make the world a better place. They don't bring about a sustainable life process for humanity and peace and conscious collaboration. So in any case where any entity feels that another entity has power or authority over it, there's a part of our systems that will always chafe in that regard. It will, and this is the another dynamic of our species. Human beings, in a way, are herd creatures or pack animals at our root chakra level. So in a wolf pack, there's always a alpha wolf whether male or female, that is the dominating animal. In wildebeest, there's a dominant male. Uh, in most herd creatures, cattle, the lead bull that gets to mate more and create more cows with its genes. The same with the dominant male in the pride of lions. This process is recognized traditionally in a biological sort of way as the supposedly right way for groups of people or herd animals or pack animals to operate, because it gives a central locus of leadership and decision making, supposedly by the most powerful or dominating expression of that animal herd. And so, is there a part of humanity that wants authority to tell it what to do? I'm not saying that all parts of us. Does it make sense that it can feel really safe to have somebody who supposedly knows a whole bunch of stuff or has lots of power or lots of money or lots of ability to keep us safe to tell us what to do? So is it important? I mean, if we're looking at a world where authoritarianism has run its course, the prior models of governance in our world are not meeting the necessary mark developmentally, in terms of management, in terms of resource equitable resource distribution, in terms of solving for climate change. It's just not happening yet. So might we suggest that evolution, learning is necessary in those regards, and that you folks have the potential to carry those insights, those messages, those understandings, and also to collaborate via those new understandings constructively, effectively, efficiently. And that is a gift you're giving the world. Your willingness to do that, to learn that, to change, grow, evolve, heal, leave behind your wounds and traumas, leave behind your fears, embrace your conscious capacities, and by doing so, optimally serve in the world.